I said, my name's Oscar. Sorry I didn't get your name. Beth? Nice to meet you, Beth. Just to be clear, I'm not with the schools at all, and this is nothing you're required to get. I'm actually a recent college grad from Minnesota, and I'm doing this internship to help pay my way through school. The plan's to be debt free by the end of the summer. Yeah. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. So essentially, it's actually my first week here in Massachusetts, and it's been a blast. Essentially, I get to sit down with families and show some of our educational websites, apps, and books to help the kids with their ABCs all the way up until ACT and SAT prep. And in return, I gain experience, learn how to run a business, develop my skills, and help pay for school. You know, it's super fun and honestly it doesn't even really feel like work. It just feels like I'm making a difference in the community. You know, I've come to actually love the people here, and I've found that a lot of parents in the area are really big into their kids' education. You know, it's like one mom was telling me whether the kids want to go to college, want to go to trade school, or just want to go and run their own business. She just wants to make sure that she just wants to give the kids the options so they can go out there and do whatever they really want to do. And she'll support them regardless of what they do. You know, I'm not a parent yet, but I'm always curious. Why is it important to you that your kids get a great education? That's amazing. So essentially, what we have to offer is a set of websites, apps, and books to help the kids with their ABC, to help the young kids with their ABCs and getting excited to learn how to read. Help the kids save time on studying and schoolwork, and help the older kids get scholarships for college. And there's even a leadership development tool to and even develop leadership skills, and even develop leadership skills. The goal is to essentially provide kids from all different age ranges with everything, all the resources they need to be successful and achieve their goals in life. Cool. So obviously this is nothing that you have to get, but you might know a lot of the other families that have been buying this for me. Like you might know the Carter Williams family. You might know the where's my iPad at? Yeah. You might know the Carter Williams family. You might know the Uptons. You might know the Browns, Miss Laurel Moses. Yeah, Miss Laurel Moses, right? And I've just been talking to everybody. Oh, how do you know them? Same church. That's really cool. Okay, awesome. Yeah. Now I've only Miss Jones. It's really cool, and I honestly think you're really gonna love them. But I've come to find that it normally goes by faster if I show it to the whole family. Did I happen to catch the kids and dad around? Stand up, sit down. Hey kiddos, my name's Oscar. What's your name? Cool. I'm the college student. I'm the college. I'm the recent college grad that's gonna be sitting down with all your friends and their families and showing some really cool stuff for school. Y'all like school? Nah, that's completely normal. Yeah, cool. That's completely normal. Yeah. Well, that's what this is for. It's kind of just meant to help make school a little bit easier, just help you save some time on it. Right now, there's gonna be a lot of kids that have picked this up from your school, but yeah. Guess what grade you're going into? Cool. Oh, so do you know John and Doe and the Flores family and the Petroskis and yeah? Awesome. That's amazing. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah. Well, I'll just go ahead and ask you a few questions just to see if this would be a good fit for you. Do you do any like sports or any extracurricular activities outside of school? Are you in any clubs at all? Cool. Do you get more homework or more like tests and quizzes? What's your favorite class? Okay. Why? What's your least favorite class? Like, what class would you say takes the most time for you to get the work done for it? Cool. What would you say takes the most time? It's math. Is it like the equations, the work, the concepts, the homework? Do you get homework? Cool. So, how do you like study? So, you probably get most of your grades from like tests and quizzes then. How do you like get ready for tests and quizzes? Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, well, that's kind of cool. Beth, Billy, I'll go ahead and show y'all how the system works, and you can let me know. Cool. Well, the idea behind the system is to help the younger kids get really, really excited and ready for school, help the older kids save time on studying and schoolwork, and then help the older kids with everything they need to go to college, or even like some leadership development stuff. That's for sixth graders and up. So I'll give you kind of a good look at that. Right. The unique thing about our system is it's designed to actually help. It's designed by a National Board of Teachers and Educators that put everything the kids are going to need for all their classes in one spot. Isn't that a pretty cool idea? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And so, Billy Beth, I'll go ahead and give you a good look at how the system works, and you can let me know what you think about it. If you like it, great. You can go ahead and buy it. I'll help you order it like I have for the Petroskis and the Flores and the Moses family and the Carter Williams and the Uptons. But at the same time, if you don't like it or you don't think it's going to be helpful, that's okay too. Just say no. I didn't write the book, so I'm not like going to cry about it. The only favor I do ask is, since my job is to show it to 30 different families every single day, and there's only like, okay, there's like 20,000 of y'all and like one of me. My job is to actually try and find every family that I can in this, reach every family in the county in one summer. So I got my work cut out for me. Right? So I got my work cut out for me. Right? Yeah. So the only thing I ask for each family is just give me a big yes, you want to pick them up, or a big no at the end. Either way it works out, it's okay with me. Does that make sense? Cool. Um, that's a good tempo, roughly, because it's supposed to be like 5 minutes to the education question, then another 5 minutes to the buying atmosphere, then another like 5 minutes to like get through the demo and try a closing summary. And assuming a 2-minute answer or whatever, yeah, that should be about right. Good job, Oscar. Cool. Awesome. Okay. And yeah, so I'll go ahead and kind of show you math, and you can, yeah. So, Billy, you know how you sometimes go to math class and you get like one or two really easy examples, and then like 2, 3 weeks later, you actually get the test for it. You actually get like the quiz that it pop. Then like a couple weeks later, it pops up on a quiz or an exam, and you're like trying to remember what you learned a couple weeks ago. Cool. So check this out. Instead of one or two examples where you only get like the easiest examples, check this out. We actually go from, oh, shucks. You're seventh graders, right? So let's just say, two, 23. Yeah, cool. Check it out. So what we actually do, instead of one or two really easy examples, we get anywhere from like 5 to 15 different examples, all worked out step by step by step. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Could you see how something like that would be useful before test day, just to like look at and reference, just to like reference? Do you see how something like this? Do you see how that could be useful to help you get ready for your tests before test day? Yeah, cool. What's awesome about it is you can actually go in the app that works together with the book. That's why it's a system. You can actually like search what you're looking for. So like in this case, say you want to search like fractions and mixed numbers, right? You go on the app, you search it up, and then it actually shows you exactly where to find that in the book, along with the video of a tutor solving that exact problem for you. Pretty cool, right? Is that something that you think could be used? And what was your favorite part about it? Do you like more the fact that the apps and websites work together with the books, or the fact that the books actually like, or the fact that or the fact that the books grow with the kids, the system grows with the kids from when they're young up until they're older? Cool. Mom, what'd you like the most about it? Mom, what'd you like the most about it? The fact that it help Billy. The fact that it's gonna later on, and Billy gets more independent, help him help himself. Cool. Billy, is that something that you think you'd use? Mom, is that something that you think Billy would use? Cool. Billy would use. Cool. Well, cool. I just want to like kind of make this clear. A lot of families get like the wrong impression of the system and think it's like my kids are gonna get this and they're gonna like automatically become straight A students, and that's just not how it works. It's more to help the kids save tons of time and to give them a resource to help them be straight A students, right? And it's not really meant to be used every single day. It's actually meant to be used when the kids need it, right? So if they miss a couple of days from class because they're sick, the system's there, right? If they're trying to figure it out and mom and dad just learn something different, so they're not going to be as much help as they want to be, the system's there, right? Right before test day, the system's there. Homework's coming in and it's just mushing up your brain. The system's there, right? Right? It's just like Miss Upton was saying, it's better to have it and not need it in this moment than to need it and not have it at all. Than to need it a little bit later and not have it at all. Right? Cool. Well, typically at this point, families are trying to figure out like what the pricing for everything is, right? And I think that's one of the reasons, right? Okay, just to give you a quick summary, essentially you get a system of websites, apps, and books that work together to grow with the kids from first grade all the way up until graduation, with math covering all their tested topics from addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, number lines, fractions, ratios, decimals, measurements, geometry, trigonometry, stats and prob, algebra, algebra 2, calculus, right? Calculus, right? Everything that they're going to need from now up until they graduate, right? For science, it's like biology, right? It covers all their tested topics with a super cool app with a super cool system of websites and apps that work together to help cover all the different learning styles. Along with the books, complete with its books. It also goes with its own like tests and quizzes. Pretty cool, right? I should actually read the summary. I feel like the summary is what I'm missing right now. Cool. Usually at this point, families are trying to figure out what it costs, and that's actually one of the reasons why we've been so successful. A lot of families remember like going to college and they get like they got to get like a new textbook for every class, and it's like $200-300 a textbook. And each academic year, they're probably spending upwards of like 1.5 to like $3,000 just on textbooks and supplies for their classes, just to never reopen those textbooks once they're done with the class. Right? So families look at like a set of books like these with websites and apps that worked with them and think that if they cover like 40 different topics and over 12 years worth of education, that they'd be looking at anywhere from like $1,900 to like $2,500 for like a set of anywhere from like 1,900 to like 2,500 for a set of six, right? What's cool is instead of it being right, and if you go to like say Mathnasium, Kumon, or Sylvan, and if you go to like say Mathnasium, Kumon, or like Sylvan, it'll easily be like 300 a month. But like just like the Uptons are saying, like that's worth the investment because it's for my kids' education. That's the foundation for their life, right? That's the foundation for their life. So the reason they picked it up was because, right. What's cool is instead of it being like 1,900 or 2,500 for a set of six, it's actually just like $1,000. That's not bad. $1,000. That's not bad. You know, it's actually just $1,000. That's not bad. You know, and what's cool is with 6 different apps and websites that work together with the books on their own subscription, families think because of like Kumon and Sylvan each being a couple hundred a month that this could be easily be like 100 a month on its own. But what's cool is it's instead of it being like $100 a month, it's actually 24. It's actually less than $1 a day. It's $24.95 a month. That's not bad. You know, when I was catching up with the Uptons, their kids play all the sports, and they were saying they probably spend like upwards of $2,000 each year just on all the kids' individual sports. So for something that's gonna last the kids from now up until they graduate, it really seems like more of a long-term investment versus a short-term expense. And what everyone likes about the way I do business is I take orders today. You get access to the websites and apps today. But there's actually 3 different, no, I'm not gonna do that close. But I actually deliver the books at the end of the summer. That way it gives every family, but my account doesn't close till the end of the summer. So it gives every family a chance to break down the balance. If you were to get a set, that'd probably make it a little easier, right? Yeah. Another thing that families like is that I actually come by at the end of the summer during a period of for what I call a delivery week. I actually get to meet every single family that picked up anything from me, that bought anything from me. And I just show them and the kids exactly how to use them right before school starts. That way they get into school, they know exactly how to use them, and they can actually use them a ton. Because let's face it, if you don't know how to use something, or you forgot how to use it, it's just going to collect dust. That's what I'm here for. But I guess if you were to get a set, that'd probably be pretty helpful, right? Cool. Now, in order for me to do a proper service, I would just need to have like the right address to deliver the right address to come back to. Would this be a good address for me to come back to, or would it be somewhere else? Cool. What's the address for here? And then you just kind of go through the close.